What is up, good people? Jungle Link here. Hope you're doing well. Twitter was ablaze today at the rumor that Gary Gensler, he was out as SEC chairman. He was going to have to step down due to some internal investigation going on there. That should have been our first clue that this is probably a nonsensical story, that the SEC was investigating their own people. Highly doubtful. But what you have to understand, this news story, it originates from this website that popped up recently. And the last story was that Ripple was going to buy back $5 billion worth of XRP, which we discussed isn't possible. They likely don't even have $5 billion worth of liquid assets to do something like that. And when I say probably, they don't. It's just they're spooling up garbage that maybe we hope that maybe Gary Gensler is out as SEC chairman. But if that was a reality, Bloomberg or someone significant would be covering this, not some website you've never heard of and you've never wanted to hear of. And Eleanor Terrett says the following: my SEC source is calling BS on this. I've reached out to the SEC comms department for an official comment and will post the response when I get it. So yeah, we might like to see Gary Gensler be given his walking papers, but it's not likely. And it's even less likely that the SEC is going to look into anyone within that department. It just doesn't work like that. And what I would tell you is he's really executing the marching orders of this administration. President Biden, Elizabeth Warren, they're anti-crypto, and that's what he's executing, what they want him to do. So I really doubt anything's going to happen to the guy. So we'll just have to wait. But there is probably no truth to that story. Just understand that. Now, this morning I did a video about Vitalik and how he was talking about, you know what, kind of dangerous to stake your Ethereum. If you haven't watched that, it'll pop up here at the end of this video. Check it out. But this is an Ethereum core developer who says, hey, he's not staking all of his either. Listen to this. This is wild that they just come out and they find this funny too, that it's unsafe to stake your value on this network. Listen to this.
Actually, personally, I'm staking actually a little bit less than the average. So there you go.
What's the incentive? Why aren't you staking all of your ether? Like, why haven't you just aped all the way in?
I think part of the reason is that when you make the sausage, you know how it's made.
That's not funny. Because he built the system, he knows the inherent risks. And, one thing you can say about Gary Gensler is he's correct. Like, this shouldn't be an inside joke between this Ethereum core developer and Vitalik. Like, they shouldn't have information that everyone else doesn't have. And I could tell you before these started coming out, is people were staking their Ethereum and actually locking it. No one had this opinion that, like, oh, wow, that's very unsafe to do with your value. I mean, people have ridiculous sums of money staked here. And the people behind the scenes that are building this, that are in the know, they know, like, heck no, you don't want to do that. Personally, I don't really see the point. Like, you have a proof of stake system. If it was unsafe and everyone lost their ether, what would really be the core value of that chain anyway? I don't get it. But that these guys think it's funny to get on after everyone's staked and locked their Ethereum in this stupid system of theirs and laugh about it. It just shows this is why we really need reporting, where someone's going to sign on the dotted line and say, here's the facts, and we're going to take legal responsibility for that. Because do you think big money, do you think BlackRock wants to sink, $100 million, $1 billion into Ethereum and then find out that this idiot's laughing in the background about how unsafe it is to do that? Like, this is problematic. So understand, I disagree with the way that the SEC is approaching this situation, but not Gary Gensler's, core statement that, you know what, these people, they need to register and report so everyone's on the same playing field, because this ain't the way people in general felt about staking Ethereum, that well, maybe we should just put a very small amount of our ETH into that. It's quite ridiculous. It's disgusting. Again, I did another video with talking about Vitalik. I'll link it down below or watch for it here at the end of the video. I thought this was pretty funny. Someone brought this point up. Here we have the guy from Robinhood, the CEO. We have the GameStop bozo. And then we have the Prometheum or whatever the name of this company is. And he's like, tell me this ain't the same guy in just different goofy disguises. Only in the internet, man. Kind of does look like it, doesn't it? I want to bring up this point. We see this rush of applications for Bitcoin ETFs. Here are all the denied ones here. And we have, of course, Kathy Wood's been trying to get one for some time. Of course, BlackRock, Valkyrie, and Fidelity, and I bet you more are coming. And what I can tell you is this ain't like the Winklevoss twins. They're not going to go through 5 years of headaches trying to get this through. If they want it, and there's demand there for it, and they know there is, or they wouldn't be trying, they're going to get their way. And just these surveillance agreements they have right now with Coinbase, they went ahead and named that. When they originally put in their application, the SEC is like, hey, you can't just say unnamed source. We need to know who your surveillance agreement is with. Then a lot of them came out and said, well, it's with Coinbase, so it's a significant market. That may not be enough to get us across that line, but it's close. And so you're going to see this space grow up a lot, I would guess, over the next 12 to 24 months. We're right on the cusp. And, if BlackRock wants it, Fidelity wants it, again, they're going to make it happen. It's not going to be another 5 years here. And I've also seen people worried that, oh no, when BlackRock gets involved, they're going to fork over to their own type of Bitcoin. And that's the great thing about these decentralized systems. I don't care who you are. You can't control them, whether it's the XRP ledger, whether it's, Bitcoin. It doesn't matter how much money you have. If you're a nation state, if you're a behemoth like BlackRock, you can't overtake the chain. That's the whole point of things. So I have no fear of that. But again, they want to push us towards this. When we're investing in crypto, they want it run through these, big investment behemoths so they can monitor, so they can tax, so they can control. Of course, us crypto enthusiasts, we're always going to be able to interact directly with this decentralized technology. But this is going to be the future for most investors. And it's going to be a totally different world once they take over. You're going to see, massive growth over a long period of time. And I think it's going to come at just the right time where people are going to be chasing yield from somewhere. We've seen just really amazing gains from real estate and stocks, and every good ride has to come to an end. People are going to be chasing yield at some point in time here. And I think that the crypto market is going to be a great place to diversify at least part of your investment portfolio over here to the heavy hitters and be able to really make a difference in your long-term financial success. Let me know what you think down below. And as always, please like, please subscribe. The revolution will be televised right here on Jungle Link.